It is now 1 minute past 9, 2 minutes past 9 in a couple more seconds. This is Megamat here, casting for you week. Oh, dang it! I got the number wrong. Grumble. Week 7. Oh no, this is week 6. This is week 6. Week 6, I got that right. Voyager Explorer League Slugcats versus the dually truck Asphalt Annihilators. That's what their name was on AD2L. In Strats, their team came up as something different when I tried to scout them. Dually Pub Stars. Not sure what the discrepancy is, but our lobby is underway very shortly. I believe we are all saying G's in the lobby, and the coin toss will be happening here very shortly. Both teams very strong. Slugcats coming off of a 1-1 with brain damage last week, who was top. They share the top slots, Slugcats and brain damage. Dually Truck Asphalt Annihilators just under them with, I believe, 7 wins. They have 1 or 2 wins less than Slugcats. And the coin toss going to, I think that was a Slugcat. Yeah. Slugcats will take first pick. Seems that their preference is to pick first and take the side of the dire. Often, if they choose first pick, then they get dire anyway. And so that's what is happening tonight. Now, beyond taking a look, this is nothing. That is not a game that we're interested in. But, like I said, both of these teams very highly ranked. Top of the slots, the team that Asphalt Annihilators had an 0-2 against. Slugcats went 1-1 with. That was that brain damage, I think, or bathtub club maybe. At any rate, they're both fairly evenly matched, and we're excited to see a good one tonight. Some of the things in the Slugcats match that we watched last week, the first match that went in favor of brain damage, it seemed like the big issue might have been the mid devil just feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the Lena and not being able to contain that. His pick eludes me what it was, but it just seemed like he was not in peak performance. Recovering that a little bit in game 2, they were able. Slugcats was handily able to take down brain damage in that second game. Hopefully, I don't have the stream crash like last week when that happened. I lost the last 10 or 15 minutes of stream of game 1, and then I rebooted and loaded up a new stream for game 2, which didn't record at all. Wah, wah, wah. Unfortunate because some of those best fights were in the last 10, 15 minutes of that game 1. And game 2, it was still fun to watch, even if it went handily to the side of the Slugcats. So, these bans, we have certainly seen JJ Knock do a lot of damage with techies. Not a lot in the league. I've seen it outside of the league. Because it's often first banned. It's I think we pointed out last game that it was nearly 100%. I think techies might be 100% pick ban for the Slugcats. If it's not banned, it's picked. If it's available, it's picked. Spirit Breaker, of another frequent pickup for first pick. JJ Knock pause 4. Medusa, we have seen this picked up before in this first round, in this last pick of the first round here. Slugcats will take the first pick and then pick up Medusa here with a couple of protect bands. Not an option tonight. Asphalt Annihilators knowing, once we get past 35, 40 minutes and Slugcats plays around their Medusa, there is just nothing to do but cry as she stone gazes into your base, and she's protected by her friends around her, and all the arrows fall into your face and you die. I don't have a lot of insight into some of the previous plays of Asphalt Annihilators. I would guess these two pickups, Dazzle and Hoodwink, are the supports. Though I've seen both of these in less traditional mid pickups. Especially Hoodwink can pick up a lot of damage items, like the Zappy Zap, what's that? The Maelstrom and Deso, and all of those things that her Acorn can proc makes her a pretty big nuisance. She can do that from the support role as well, though it certainly doesn't happen nearly as quick. And she's got the gank ability. She can rotate fairly early as a mid with her Acorn, Plant a Tree, Stun, ultimate combo, crossbow in between the eyes, and it's a great way to gank. She can even do solo kills if they're maybe starting with half health. She can certainly take him down. Though it is a pretty safe bet to see that as the support pair. Interesting, some of these other bands coming out. Necro, I don't know if they're... Asphalt Annihilators is thinking about some strengthy, tanky heroes. Necro tends to just outlast, and it's very nice to... It doesn't matter how much health you have. If it's at 40, 30%, Necro can just say, whoop, health gone. Monkey King has been played by Devil fairly well from the safe lane and the mid. We see a handful of hard carries banned out by Slugcats. Don't know what to think that might be telegraphing. Certainly, PL and Ursa can be diffusal carriers, but it is not a Medusa game, so that's not coming into play. You know what I sure hate playing against is a ratty Lycan who's got his wolves, he's got his army of what's the Helm Dom. He gets his army of creeps and pushes, and he's so stinking fast, and he howls. But that's kind of evenly matched with Beastmaster. He doesn't howl, he shouts. His shout's a much better disable. It's on a long cooldown, but he can blink, and his Beastmaster's shout, it might even be BKB piercing. I know it's a pretty long stun. And then he gets his creeps. I don't typically see Beastmaster picking up Helm Dom for whatever reason, but he does have his boars. Lycan's got the hounds. Beastmaster's got the boars. Either way, we're going to have a lot of little buggers crawling around, biting people's faces, looking for supports, and making their life not happy. I don't have a lot of insight into matchups against a lot of these carries. I feel like Bloodseeker, his Rupture seems like it would be seems like it could be pretty good against Alchemist. Uh, kind of he runs in with his ultimate on. I don't think Rupture cares about that. If Alk is silenced, I don't think he cares. The Blood Right can silence him so long as Alk already has his ultimate off and his acid spray down. Oh, if he the Blood Right's not an instant silence, so I don't think that that's an issue. Alk can plan on throwing his throw it. I told you to throw it already. What's the poison potion? Uh, explosive. I don't know what it's called. But it counts down, and if he doesn't throw it in time, then he gets it in his face. If he's silenced, he can't throw it. But Blood Right is a pretty, you know when the silence is going to happen, and hopefully he can have time to throw it. So I don't think Alk cares too much about the silence. Alk's all about wanting to farm, as he gets so much more benefit from the creeps with his extra bonus gold. Looks like both teams banning out mids here. We have seen Devil play a mean sniper, and he's not the greedy late game high ground sniper. He runs around and he puts himself out there. Sometimes maybe a little too out there, but he's an in your face sniper, and you turn around to hit him, and he pushes his what's that, the take aim, where he's got 100% hit rate for the knockback and the headshot, uh, combined with Mask of Madness, and then you have Spirit Breaker leading up the rear, and then Lich will throw in his stuff, and the Frost Armor, and the bouncy ball, the icy bouncy ball of death, and you just can't turn around on this sniper. So that's a good ban from the Asphalt Annihilators.
10 seconds remaining.
These mid bans from Slugcats, the Astral imprisonment, that's kind of a nasty catch, as well as all of that burst damage from Shadow Fiend. And now that we have Legion Commander, how do we feel about that? I feel like we've seen. Trying to remember the last time we saw Legion Commander, if Devil took it and played it from the safe lane, or if Rusk took it to the safe lane. I think it might have been Rusk taking it to the safe lane, and that would put Devil on Alk mid. I mean, the duel can be great against Lycan and Bloodseeker, who are just so fast. If they come up, and I mean, they're hard to catch. They're really fast. They can run away, and they're a little bit slippery. Legion Commander will be able to grab them on their way out, but on their way in, will she be able to do much about that? I mean, if Lycan's got all of his minions, the overwhelming odds that can kind of backfire into him. I suppose if Legion is ruptured, she puts on her blade mail and walks a little bit and that's Bloodseeker's not going to like that, and then jumps on the duel. Well, she's not moving if she's dueled, so Rupture doesn't care about that either. As for a Death Prophet mid, Death Prophet fairly tanky, kind of eats up the map, kind of heavy on the push with her Exo. So we'll have to see about that. But that's not nearly as important as, let's take a look at these hats. Oh my goodness, look at that Lycan head. It's like a mask but it's a wolf head. Now he turns into a wolf for his ultimate, but that's just like straight up. He is a wolf. I do like the Death Prophet skin. Beastmaster also. He's got kind of a jungle flavor thing going on with his axes. That's very nice. I am a fan of this Hoodwink set. It looks like kind of a jungle chicken thing with the goggles. He does not have the lute, the little guitar crossbow, which I mean that one's just absolutely the best. You can't top that. That was an epic pickup to get, or a rare pickup to get. I've never seen very many of those, but man, are they cool looking. No skins on Bloodseeker. Wah wah. We have a little hat on Alchemist. That's kind of cool. You know, I just barely. I've been playing a ton of Lich, and I just barely picked up this eyeball just so I could have an immortal on each of the slots. I think I've got an immortal on the Q, and an immortal on the E, and an immortal on the R, and those are kind of fun. Although I don't actually like the look of the eyeball. What's that called? I always forget what it's called. I just call it the stink eye. But, you know, it's there, and it's an immortal. And if you have immortals on all the other slots, you might as well just pick it up, because there's not anything a lot better on the part for Lich. All right. Do we have no smokes out of base? Dazzle picking up a smoke and pinging to the jungle. They're going to meet up in... Oh, clearly... Thanks for helping out this idiot caster here, guys. Helping me see exactly what you're going to do. You're going to meet here in the triangle. You're going to smoke. You're going to... Oh, these detailed arrows saying we're going to go here. I saw an arrow going where it might take some people and go that way. And then we're going to go up here. And they don't know this, but they're not going to find anyone. Because Slugcats, they're going to make the opposite move with no smoke. But the opposite move nonetheless. They're gathered in their triangle. Smoke is popped, and they're going to go into this dire jungle to find absolutely nobody. Meanwhile, Slugcats kind of teasing at the top of this ramp here. It looks like they're pinging out. They want to go down. And they will equally find nobody. So, a very uneventful, unaggressive, well, aggressive, but, you know, two ships passing in the night, so to speak. All right, let's get up this creep score. And this Legion, Devil is taking Legion mid with Alk in the safe lane position. With the Dazzle taking pause 5 and this Hoodwink taking the pause 4 offlane support. What does Beastmaster take level 1? Yeah, he takes the axes. These axes, they go so far, and then do they have a talent? It seems like they just get even farther. Wild axes stack. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe that they changed that talent, but it sure seems like that you think you're in the clear, but then those axes, they just chase you so far away. Can I see the cast range? Oh, look at that cast range. You can barely, if I'm centered on him and I do this, you can barely see the circle. That cast range is so dang far. Got the poison on, but we've got a bash, and that might have been a kill on the, might have been a death on the Dazzle by JJ there, saved by this Bloodright. Meanwhile, top, this lane is pushing a little bit. Roxy should be looking to pull, but Roxy has no creeps. See if Roxy think about pulling from the hard camp there. Very nice. Oh, but an even better steal of the pull, and only the range creep pulled there. Nice, nice shot, nice acorn shot. Rusk pulling down the poison. His poison moves so close to a death on this lichen, only saved by this intimidation factor from the Hoodwink, throwing down all of her stuns. Hoodwink seems like she's aware of this pull again, but it's gonna happen anyway. We do have the soul. Is it siphon? Yeah, I get mixed up. Whose sucky thing is called what? Death Prophet has a sucky. Pugna has a sucky. Lion has a sucky. They all suck a little bit differently. But this being the primary reason for Death Prophet's tankiness. Throws on the suck and then can just walk forward. It's not channeled. It doesn't break. She just runs forward, sucking your health and gaining health herself. Kind of stagnated lane here. Spirit Breaker looking to get a couple of hits, maybe looking to get a charge on this Dazzle. Not sure, just looking to do some harassing and damage. I do see a ping here. Just pinging out. Bloodseeker just pinging out his courier there. Does JJ see Dazzle? Dazzle looking for a poison touch. Nope. This lane is mighty pushed in. Devil looking kind of low on health, but he does have 2 points in this Moment of Courage lifesteal, making it the reason why Legion Commander can be so tanky sometimes. Just needs a couple of creeps to hit him, and this lifesteal just does so much on when it's procced. Oh! Roxy goes down. I'll count that. I got it. And meanwhile, Rusk is getting dived under tower and gets a kill before he's dead. Nice teleport from JJ to clean up this diving Hoodwink. So what'd we lose? We lost 2 and 2 and a teleport from JJ. I think that one, it's kind of even, but I think that goes in the favor of Dually Truck. The carry is killed, and JJ had to use a teleport coming back through the gate here. Anything to charge? Anything to charge? Where is Dazzle? I didn't see. Is Dazzle called missing? Dazzle not called missing. Is this going to be enough? Well, I think Legion is in a fairly safe position. Oh, we had a Hoodwink. A Hoodwink rotate as well. Really positioned to get this kill on the Legion Commander before she gets level 6. But I think she's going to be just fine. Dazzle heading back to lane. Hoodwink heading back to lane just in time to save this Lycan from another death. Will it be a save? I think that stun will be enough. And Lycan goes down for another death. You know, even with that time lost last hitting, Alk still doing very well. Gata? Oh, that's their names. Interesting. Alchemist still doing very well in the last hit department compared to, well, I guess behind the Bloodseeker by a couple of hits. Poison Touch on JJ, while Dazzle being hit by the boar. He's going to lose a bit of health, but he's going to be just fine. Can he if he turns around and charge, is that worth anything? Maybe not. Meanwhile, comparing these offlaners, 15 last hits on Lycan to the 21 of Beastmaster. And the mids, I was going to say the mids fairly evenly matched, but no. We are 10 last hits ahead as this Death Prophet makes a rotation to kill Roxy. Does have Exo. Pops it to go behind this tower. Stun on Rusk Daddy. He runs away. He goes down. So much burst. And with Exo, the tower may go down, but at the very least, it's going to be very unhappy. We've got, well, Exo's still got half of its time left. There's going to be a lot of damage here. Meanwhile, we do have duel on Legion yet to rotate. Nice charge in by JJ. We don't have level 6 on Roxy yet. We got a stink eye though. This is a little bit. I was gonna say it was a little bit forward, but now we have Legion rotating in. Now that the lane's nice and pushed in, and Roxy goes down. Now that was the little bit forward that I thought. Where did Roxy die? Right here behind the tower. Yeah, that poison touch. If they get it on you, and I don't think that shallow grave is enough to save. Or just enough. This acid spray ticking down just enough damage. But Rusk, you got to get out of there. You're gonna get that crossbow bolt. What do they call that? Sharpshooter. That sharpshooter whiz in the ear of this poor ogre. Is that an ogre that the Alk dude sits on? Yeah, just a little bit closer, and that would have certainly been a death on Rusk. Legion doing well in the last hit department, has got herself a duel. Did that kill go to her? Kill went to Legion, as well as the last hit. So she is well on her way to Blade Mail. Nice little fight going bottom here. Roxy is ruptured, but the charge on Bloodseeker, but he is so speedy right now. Well, he was speedy then, at least. Someone must have been low health. I guess it was Roxy was low health, making him speedy. So he was able to get away just fine, as well as the shallow grave helping out for sure. Do we have another Exo? We have another Exo ready to pop on this top tower to do the second half of this health dropping. Yeah, tower easily goes down. Finishing this Exo on Legion here. Not going to waste any of the time with these ghosties. I think I want to switch to net worth. Ooh, who are we charging, JJ? Are we charging the Hoodwink mid? I don't think this is one you want to finish. Yeah, he pulls back. Meanwhile, Legion... It looks like Legion has the Blade Mail on the Courier. So that's going right on the way. Meanwhile, we have Radiance spun up for Rust Daddy, and almost has enough gold for the Sacred Relic, the most expensive part of that. Meanwhile, we have a big fight going here. Well, it's big because they've caught Death Prophet in the river. Roxy still doesn't have level 6. That would be a big help. JJ used his ultimate. Can you catch this squirrel? No. Will the squirrel turn around and you can get her anyway? Oh! Legion ruptured. So close. Like I said, if you can... When you're ruptured, you duel the Bloodseeker, and it looks like that's what he wanted to do, but he just couldn't get close enough to do it. Because you're standing still for duel, rupture doesn't matter, but there were this Hoodwink and the Death Prophet behind him, just making that not quite possible. These are good rotations and plays on the part of Dooley Truck, keeping the edge just a little bit towards them as Death Prophet and Bloodseeker taking the 2 and 3 spots. But we do have Rusk Daddy in the number 1 spot. Of course, he is an alchemist, so his gold is a little bit inflated, and honestly, Legion is not far behind, having such a good head start. Where do we have the squirrel teleporting? Teleporting mid. Yeah, this mid tower is going to fall. You do have Chain Frost up, and here's 3 heroes all together, but without any backup, I think it's a wasted ult. Not a lot to do there. Who is Blue? Blue pinging out, I think that's Dazzle, pinging out this Rusk Daddy. says here, I found him. He is ruptured. His TP is broke. And nice job picking this up. Where did... Well, I guess they didn't need to spot him with a ward. This is a what's the opposite of dire? This is a radiant ward here for dually trucks, so they could see that this jungle was a good, easy gank. They didn't need that to see, you know, Bloodseeker saw him here on the tower as they were facing off, and that was a good read on the part of dually trucks. Ultimate down for all of these heroes. We have the bouncy ball, ice, chain frost, nether strike going down, exo popped, and did we win the duel? I think we won the duel. Yeah, duel finishing off Dazzle there. You cannot shallow grave yourself when you are taunted, my friend. Meanwhile, Beastmaster taking this bottom lane for himself, but if we can turn around on this Exo, oh, nice Stink Eye pulling him back. Sharpshooter trying to save a little bit, but sorry. Where did Beastmaster end up? There you are. Like in transforming into his super fast shape-shifty form, and you're not going to catch him. Hey, so along with this jungle set, Beastmaster has... That's no boar. That's a little dinosaur man. As for Lycan, what's he? Does he have... I don't see Helm Dom. Oh, here's another duel on this sneaky Dazzle trying to come up and steal this 14-minute Wisdom Rune. Nice try, Dazzle. If you can get it, that's a great play. Getting that boost of XP, but not at the cost of extra duel damage on this Legion. Legion, with these last two kills, pulling the net worth lead over Bloodseeker and Lycan. Lycan wasn't up here at the top. It was Bloodseeker and Death Prophet. I guess this is why we have the slight gold lead on Dually Truck, is Lycan is out farming the Beastmaster, as well as these dire supports just a little bit poorer than these Radiant supports. It's, you know, Spirit Breaker, he charges and he ganks and he gets these kills, or at least he helps with these kills, but he is not an early farmer. Nice roar on this. Oh my goodness, Rusk, you live. Oh, you die. Oh, I was going to say, so many saves on this. So many saves keeping Rusk alive for the moment. But the Dazzle coming in the back for the kill. Almost gets away with it with the Shallow Grave TP, but a nice bash to break that TP and send him back home free of charge. With a death counter, of course. I didn't see it before, but this Dazzle is a Grandmaster level 30. So, yeah, he certainly knows what he's doing on his dazzling. Looks like we have a little bit of a smiley face drawn here on the part of blue. Who's that Dazzle marking off where he wants to go. They marked this bottom lane where we have a couple of folks from Dire farming. Here's a convergence from Dually Trucks on this Legion commander, but keeping it fairly safe. Legion does have Blink along with the Blade Mail now, and 48 dual damage. Level 2 on the duel. Each level increasing the cast range, decreasing the cooldown, and making it just a little bit longer, not to mention bonus dual damage. So nice job on the part of Slugcats reading that Dually Truck was coming up to take this position, and better to take this fight under your tower. A little bit of a deep charge there on Spirit Breaker, but we have Legion jumping in to get the duel. However, Shallow Grave saving from the duel damage, but not the life. Legion chased back. Meanwhile, Lycan backlining these supports, and Beastmaster here as well. Can you save him, Rusk? No. Oh, you almost have your stun. Pop the stun. Bam! And they get him under tower, saving the Beastmaster from this chasing Lycan. Nice job. We're the opponent. Was that a duel? Was that... I don't know if that was a duel. I think duel was still on cooldown from the last, but Legion Commander must have gone away to one of these camps to heal up a little bit with the lifesteal. Clever move to be able to get back into the fight quickly. I believe we also have... I saw the... Somebody's got it. Vessel? Oh, maybe it was the vessel on the Dazzle that I saw. Nice ultimate from JJ to get this. Oh! Legion bouncing into the back line, getting the duel on the Dazzle, and if you have overwhelming odds, I think... Oh, using the Blade Mail on the Suck. Does that work? I'm not sure that works. Diving under the tower to secure this kill from the Death Prophet. I want to call her Exo Girl. That's not right. And it looks like we do end up wiping the dually trucks. Holy cow, where did this lead go? We went from slightly favored on the side of dually trucks to 7k ahead from these last couple fights. Beastmaster coming up in net worth over these other two cores. Bloodseeker still ahead but of Beastmaster in the number 3 spot. But this Legion Commander racking up the dual damage, racking up the net worth. Where are we charging, Spirit Breaker? Running back down to mid. This global presence hero being able to run from lane to lane, TP home, or TP on, or I'm sorry, charge back to lane from a respawn at Fountain. This Spirit Breaker setting up these duels for Legion, so effective. Because this Pause 4 Spirit Breaker, not enough damage to take down a single hero, at least not the mid, not the tanky Exo Girl. Dang it. Death Prophet. Not enough to take down this Death Prophet by herself, but you charge as soon as she shows on mid. You ultimate to hold her down just long enough for Legion Commander to blink in, do the duel, and that's certainly enough. With this extra damage, got a Mithril Hammer, and would this be a BKB queued up? Increasing dual duration, reducing cooldown. I'm sorry, I said BKB. Would that be a Ags queued up? I don't know. We'll see. While we're here paused, let's take a look all around. I do like this Pavis. It's got just the extra mana regen that's so nice on these mana-heavy supports like Lich, but Lich just doesn't have enough int to have the mana regen comfortably, so I feel like I either need to hang on to these mana boots a little bit longer or get some other mana-generating item. I frequently go Bassi on Lich, but this Pavis is a good alternative to make sure that even after these arcane boots are broken down for the cast range, that you still have the mana regen that you need in order to always cast a Frost Shield whenever you're in a fight, casting this Frost Blast on cooldown, and of course the Chain Frost in every team fight. you, oh geez, I remember getting flamed so hard when I was coming up in the back of a fight as Lich, and it was a perfect setup for chain frost. My team was there, the enemy team was there, and then I cast a frost blast and a frost shield, and I didn't have mana for chain frost, and man did I get flamed. He said, "You have one stupid job, Lich, and that is to cast chain frost in this fight," and I didn't. Yeah, this setup again. You go in first, Spirit Breaker. I'll follow up with this blink and duel. And there's honestly, with this double damage, it probably would have been enough to take down that Dazzle all by itself. But, you know, it's nice to have friends. Get by with a little help with your friends. We have no more time on this double damage. That's all gone. Trying to see if they could pick up another advantageous kill from that. Not right now. Bloodseeker trying to make up some lost time on these outer lane camps, on the outer lane jungle.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Dire taking over this lane, or taking over this Radiant jungle at least enough to ward it, and now pushing back. Maybe even... I don't see any warding up for Roche. I feel like the next objective is taking this, though we are TPing in to save Alchemist, whose ultimate is helping. Very good read on the part of Slugcats to keep Rust Daddy alive here. Getting gone on by the Dazzle and the Lycanator. Who'd you find, JJ? No, call it off. Call it off.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I felt like the next natural objective was this bottom tier 2 tower, but taking your enemy's Tormentor is, and setting up for a top tier 2 tower, certainly a nice move.
Dire are scanning.
Just kind of keeping Radiant at bay, looking for maybe a pickoff. This is a good position here by Spirit Breaker. I feel like you want to get the tower and you want to head out. This is too good of a position for Radiant, and it puts you in a dangerous fight. Radiant aware of this and smoking to come in and effectively catching this Alchemist. However, the team comes back in to counter initiate, costing them this Exo Girl and both supports. We have the Scream on the Lycan and another death. Now this may cost them the mid tier 2 as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle
You know, this looked like it was going to be a top tier 2 and back. But, geez, I hate it when losing one tower turns into losing 2 or 3 towers. Sheesh.
radiant structures are fortified.
Looks like the fort will save this high ground tower. Oh, we hear this. We have the Ags on Beastmaster. Means he's playing his drum all the time. What is that? It's a passive Drums of Slow. Attacks from Beastmaster or a nearby unit he controls will cause him to bang his drum. So every time he attacks, he bangs his drum. And bang his drum means... I mean, it's called Drums of Slow. It means it's got to be slowing, right? Every attack decreases the interval drums hits down to a minimum of 0.4 seconds. Too many words. I don't know. Shortest drum, it changes intervals and it stacks, dealing damage to nearby enemies and healing Beastmaster. Oh! Well, that's not a slow. Now, does Alchemist have... Does his gold cast an aura? Why did we see prospecting? I've never seen that. Is that another Beastmaster thing? Interesting.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Slugcats just really, really taking control of this game. Nice read on Dually Truck to at least trade a tower here. Even with the fort, I think that tower is going to go down, and they're going to take this tower just in time to defend the high ground, but not before they lose a tower. They've got to know that Radiant's back. Legion Commander silenced, not getting a duel off. Silenced and stunned. Nice stun here on the part of Hoodwink. What is keeping this Legion Commander alive? Wow! Must have been that Frost Shield. Hoodwink casting this the Bushwhack to such effect, though, to AoE stun this team. Got to be careful not to stand together. You know, Legion has the Blade Mail. Legion has someone else has the Crimson. Who has the Crimson? That's on Beastmaster. That was helping to keep Legion alive, as well as the Frost Armor. Solo for so long, and in all that, Slugcats didn't even have a casualty, whereas we have a buyback from Lycan and a death on Bloodseeker. Definitely well worth it for that fight. Now's the time where we're setting up for the Roche fight. Dually Truck saying, we are not out of it. We are smoked. We are going to find them in Roche. So what are we going to do, Slugcats, to prevent a secret smoky shenanigans against our Roche fight? And that will be to have JJ out here up front. Dazzle is the perfect dual target because you don't want him to save. And kudos to Devil for blinking in and finding that Dazzle. Dazzle's got to be so frustrated. I know I have tipped and all chatted enemy Legion commanders before, playing support, saying, you know what, Legion, you make me feel so loved because every time I show in a fight, you are there to just blink on me and just love me with that duel, taking me out of the fight instantly. And with 226 duel damage and a buff from AC? Is that on Beastmaster? Ah! Dazzle buys back and gets immediately blinked on again. Oh, the AC's got to be on Alchemist. There it is. Yeah, Slugcats just turning this Roche fight rather than taking a botched Roche fight, being able to quickly turn that around to their advantage and turn it into mega creeps. It's not GG yet, but it might be now. Yeah, at this point, just keeping Dually contained to their fountain. As you, yeah, that's one way to keep them contained. As you eat their ancient. Well played, Dually Trucks. Well played, Slugcats. Very fun game to watch. Nice job taking this and turning the momentum around against Dually Trucks. And, you know, it was really just 2 or 3 fights in that early to mid game that took away Dually Trucks' momentum and kind of took it from a marginal asphalt lead to, yeah, here was that marginal oh, yeah, that marginal asphalt lead through so much of it to all of a sudden, hey, look, we are now at 5K, 10K lead. Is this graph? I can't tell if this is net worth. I know the yellow line is net worth, but its axis is unclear. All right, I am going to grab a drink, and I will meet you back here in about 5 minutes for game 2. We are back. I have some nice icy water in my hand. I stretched my legs. You don't realize just how tight things are until you stop moving for. How long was that match? That match was less than a half an hour, but we were sitting here together. The clock's showing 9:59. We were sitting here for a good hour. But is another thing that I stretched. And here we are beginning. It appears that Asphalt has preference. Asphalt Annihilators, dually truck Asphalt Annihilators has their preference, and they will be choosing second pick. Most likely, Slugcats will be picking Dire, and we will have same preferences as last game. One trick in life to get everything that you want is to love the things that nobody else does, and then you will always have them. I did remember to take a screenshot of game one. I have that pulled up, and we can. I don't have a screenshot of the bands. That'd be a good idea. I could do that, and I have to make it separately because as soon as the last pick is out, the bands go away. So I don't have a good record of that. I do remember Nyx being out and Dually Truck trading their first ban of techies to that Spirit Breaker. And I can't say that I blame them. Wait, now I thought we had first pick on the Slugcats. So either they're just not feeling techies tonight, or I'm wrong. No, we do have first pick Slugcats. I guess they're just not feeling the techies. And they say, if we're not going to pick it, no one's going to pick it. Some other strong pause fours we've seen come out in this first phase. Skelly Man. Oh, who's the fire Skelly Man? Clinks. And here he is. Seems we've. Who do we see Clinks paired with? Maybe the big underdude, Underlord. Certainly by mid game, Beastmaster was being played to great effect. The roar picking up key kills, helping control the fights. I didn't see if the boars were having a huge effect. It's always nice to have the free ward on the part of the falcon. I didn't see if it was a dinosaur falcon like the boar was a dinosaur boar, Dinobor. Oracle is certainly hot right now. I learned Oracle a couple of seasons ago, and I thought, hey, Oracle seems like a hard hero. I should learn him. That'll mean I'm smart. So after spamming him a little while, I thought, hey, this is kind of fun. You push lots of buttons. The spells have upsides and downsides. The dispel is really good. He's actually got two dispels because his Q, which roots, does a dispel or a purge, depending if it's on friend or foe. But then his ultimate is a hard dispel. So even if you have a ally who is hexed, then you can unhex them. You can save it for saving someone at low or no health. Well, not literally no health, but you can save it for hard CC on your carry, and nope, not CC'd anymore. But now it seems like Oracle kind of faded away, and even though it was fun to play him, he had like a 45% win rate, and unless you have a carry to actually play with who knows what to expect from Oracle, it just wasn't good in pub, so I stopped playing him. But he is back in this patch, and I've been playing him with randos, and not only do I save, you can save 2 people at a time with his ultimate, and now his W, which had the upside and the downside of it disarmed, but it also made magic invulnerable. So it was good to cast it on your allies because it made them magic immune, but it also disarmed them. And it was great to cast it on the enemies because it disarmed them, but it also gave them magic immunity. And then you had to buy an Ags in order to get rid of the downside. Well, was the Ags or the Ags Shard? I forget. Well, either the Ags or the Ags Shard was that, and then the other one made it was invis during False Promise. Well, now they've retooled him in this most recent patch. There is no downside. There's no downside to Oracle's W. You just cast it on the enemies, and they're just flat out disarmed. You cast it on your allies, and they're just flat out magic immune. You can save them from Lena. You can save them. I was playing against a Pugna, and every time he put on his suck spell ultimate, which is usually really powerful, you just boop, nope, no more. Every time the hard carry comes on you, you just say, nope, you're not hitting anymore. But I feel like Naga is a great carry. Oracle can't, Oracle can disarm a Naga, but there's, 10 other illusions around who are also hitting you. You can't disarm them all. So I feel like Naga a pretty good answer also to Slark. Is Naga Diffusal Buyer? I know when your illusions have Diffusal, then they all do the damage. I know she buys the Bloodthorn because then you can. Oh yeah, she'll pick up the Bloodthorn definitely against the Slark. That'll be a great pickup because you jump on Slark with, say, a Ravage, or you catch him with Clinks. Oh, Clinks is going to pick up a Silence too. So now Slark, who is extra slippery, cannot jump away, cannot do his ultimate. I don't know what it's called. The Black Cloud Shadow Dance, maybe? I want to say it's something dance. I don't know. He dances in a shadow and makes it so that he cannot die. No, he can die. He can die if you have AoE non-targeted spells, like, for example, say, an Undying Decay. But at any rate, he's silenced, so he can't do those things. He can't jump away, and all of the Naga illusions will be hitting you as soon as the Bloodthorn wears off. Then all of that extra damage that happened while silenced that your illusions were doing, now Slark, or whatever target, gets those on him. Necro, a pretty good answer for Naga Siren. If he's silenced, he obviously can't cast his Ghost Shroud, his ethereal, his self E-Blade. But so if he's not silenced, he can cast that, and now none of Naga's things can hit him. None of Clinks' things can hit him. He can still be decayed. I suppose none of the zombies can hit him. I don't know. Slark, a good tombstone hitter, but so far that's kind of it. I don't think the Veno, any of the Veno Plague Ward things, can their hits hit the tombstone? If they can, they're not going to do a lot. Still waiting for a mid from Slugcats, and, well, either a mid or off laner, depending on where Necro decides to go for the Dually Truck Asphalt Annihilators. – Axe definitely a good ban to help keep Naga safe from all of the illusions getting called and causing Axe to spin to his heart's content. Again, Sniper and Shadow Fiend banned. I think Shadow Fiend was banned on the other side last game. I don't know if I've seen Devil play Shadow Fiend, but maybe Asphalt Annihilators have. Or at least they've seen it in the record. But you know who they didn't ban that Devil loves to play is that monkey. We've seen Monkey play this really well, or Devil play Monkey really well. We've seen some times where he was less strong. Oh, you know, I think that's in the loss last week. I believe that's what Devil was playing against the Lena. And you know, you think that there's a lot of good ways to jump on Lena. He's got his Q, the big monkey stick whacker. He can hop down from a tree, do all that damage, and really get on top of her. But he just never had the opportunity to do that, and it just kind of walked away from him. The game, not the Lena. Lena didn't walk away. Lena found every opportunity to smack him. Minute 20 left for Asphalt Annihilators to choose this potential mid last pick. What are we missing? We have a nice, good sit there in front hero Necro. We have backline damage and heal Slark picking off a backline. Not much of a backline on the side of Slugcats. Clinks is kind of a backline hero, but he's more just hiding back and forth. If he is available, Slark can catch him, but Clinks can become invis, maybe invis fast enough to go away from Slark. I'm not sure if Pounce versus Clinks Skellywalk can win. So that's interesting. I don't see any good strong backline targets for Slark. I'm not sure we have tower hitters. Slark's not bad. If Slark steals a boat ton of Agi, he becomes a tower hitter for sure. And he can always cast his ult if he's getting pounded by the tower. Huskar. Now that is a hero I have not seen in a very long time. I feel like Huskar, they call him a cheese hero. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe just because he is an effective good hero, so long he is not countered by the likes of like the ones that keep him from healing. AA or certainly Axe is a good counter against him. It's your low health and you just go dunk. Man, does he have a lot of stuff going on. You know, I'm torn with the Oracle hats. I like the colors. They're nice and fancy. Too many arms. I mean, it's just kind of weird, and he's sitting now instead of in a robe. I don't know. Am I racist against this? Maybe racist isn't the right word. I'm something-ist against this. Huskar's got a lot of stuff going on. I do like the dragon spear. That's pretty cool. The golden mine on Tidehunter's back, that's fun. The Roxy's got kind of a mixed thing going with the Undying. It's a cool Frankenstein kind of set, but then he put is that an immortal head on it? I don't know if I agree with the immortal head. I do like the Franken set. Mushroom hat on, or not mushroom, it's more of a jellyfish hat on Naga. Pretty good way to go. I do like the double braided beard on Necro. I mean, who doesn't love a zombie with a beard? Are we zombie versus zombie? Is Necro a zombie? I mean, he's kind of a ghosty, ethereal thing. Undying is definitely, he is corporeal. whatever the opposite of ethereal is. He has a physical presence, whereas Necrophos, he's kind of a mix between a ghost and a zombie. You know, he's got the decay flesh, feel the disease kind of thing going on, which makes me think zombie. But he goes ethereal, and he's kind of got the ghostiness around him. Both teams gathering in their triangles with their smokes, with their blood grenades, ready to go and make something happen. Haven't seen anyone draw any lines on the map, but we may see the same two ships crossing in the night, two opposing jungles, and not having any fighting happen. Boing, 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 says Monkey King.
30 seconds.
Now you can't cast that for another 50 seconds. Sorry. Yeah, Dually Truck really wanted to find someone. They're crossing over into the enemy triangle. And you won't find them there because they are in your jungle. At this point, Slugcats just setting up for the runes. Are we going to have... Oh, we found someone. 3 found 2. 2 found 3. And Poison takes the first blood. Dyer will take the consolation prize of the extra runes. So who got the first 2 runes? First 2 runes went even. Roxy picks up the consolation runes. First blood on this Pause 5 Venomancer. Pause 5 with the first blood. What did he spend all that gold on? Ooh. Both supports just railing on these cores. Tidehunter in the deny range. But I think he's going to be just fine. He is almost out of tangos. This is not Roxy on the Oracle, as we've seen in the past. It is not JJ on the Oracle. This is Nalit from Asphalt. This is... Oh! Yeah, so much harass can come down from that. From that Clinks. This is the part of the game where we mock Roxy for not setting your team. Roxy, shame on you. SMR, who's that? I'll tell you who it's not. It's not Slugcats. Even Devil has Slugcats set. Well. Dually Truck Stars setting their Asphalt team. Does Huskar have it set? Huskar has it set. Roxy, it is week 6. Set your team. Megamat, it is 2 minutes in. Set your creep score. We have, at level 3, 1 point in Berserker's Blood. Oh, what is the interaction between Huskar and Oracle? Let's see, if Huskar is low health, he's going to lifesteal like crazy. So then Oracle casts his healing on him, his false promise. Now he can't die, and he stays at low health for the duration of the spell, and lifesteals like a maniac. But then when he comes out of it, he's going to be full health. I've played with Huskars in the past who get really mad when I heal them as supports. If I'm a healing saving support and I heal them, they say, no, I want to be low health. I hit harder when I'm low health. I lifesteal better when I'm low health. I hit faster when I'm low health. I guess that's what it is. Berserker's Blood giving bonus attack speed, bonus regen, Oh, bonus magic resist. I didn't realize that. That's nice. Roxy stealing the strength. That is... Is Necro still a strength hero? Is Necro ever a strength hero? I know he's a tanky hero, but I believe he's intelligence. So stealing this strength... I mean, losing strength... No one likes losing strength. You lose 12 strength against this Undying, and suddenly you have 400 hit points. 500. He's got some back. And that never feels good. But it's not as bad because he's not a strength hero. I want to say I'm fairly certain he's an int hero. He may be a zombie ghosty guy, but he's an intelligent zombie ghosty guy. Oh. Rusk Daddy taking the kill on this Necro. Does he have a point net? Ah, he's got that point net. Instead of being the greedy Necro, I'm sorry, the greedy Naga, who takes only points in the damage spells in Mirror Image to make the images last longer, and points in Riptide to do more minus armor and more damage. Taking a point in Ensnare to get these kills when they're just a little bit lower. The greedy Naga build is full mirror image, full Riptide before you do your ult, before you any points in Ensnare. But being able to run around with your team and do just a little bit of root, super effective. Monkey King in the top spot for creep score. Naga just behind. Necro suffering in these last hits. He wants the last hits for the Heartstopper aura, whether they're last hits or denies or hero kills. This is what makes Necro the tanky hero that people hate to play against. Not only does he have this healing spell, he has the Heartstopper regen, which gives him bonus regen and bonus mana regen. Ghost Shroud to boot amplifies that. Roxy sitting forward, and a couple of hits from Oracle could do him in. That would be if Rusk Daddy didn't come over and jump on him. Even coordinating with the Huskar and using an it looked like it was a defensive Song of the Siren, but it was an offensive one to keep this Huskar in place long enough for JJ to TP in. Great coordination. However, taking advantage of this Tide Hunter all alone in lane to get jumped on and poisoned. Meanwhile, pinging out this 7-minute Wisdom Rune. So it's good to get that kill on the Slark here, because he can certainly take over this game if he is left unchecked. But as far as net worths go, I mean, Naga is really where it's at. That may be where the game taking over is going to happen. Is Huskar forced back, or is Huskar coming bottom to see if he can secure another kill here? With so many different jobs as a support in this patch, it's tough to keep a ward here to be able to observe these missing heroes. Ah, There's the damage from Oracle. However, rooted again, forced to use his ultimate on himself. But you know, this early game, there's not a lot of team fights and chances to use it on your friends, so meh. Monkey King TPing bottom here to take advantage of this Ravage. We are going to get Jingu on the Veno. Where's your big stick? Oh, shifting to Slark. Saved by the ultimate and the Huskar. Is that Huskar ultimate? The life break? Huskar will go down, but Slark is just fine. His ultimate. What is it called? Shadow. It is Shadow Dance. Yay! Using his Shadow Dance to dance in the dark cloud shadows and retake his health. Pounce on the Clinks. Here, this was one of the questions we had. Who wins, Pounce or Shadow Walk? Death Pact. Skelly Walk, that's what it is. Oh, Skelly Walk is now a level 6. An ultimate talent. That's interesting. The rest of the Slugcats coalescing to the top lane. Not really a lot to do with the dually trucks are pushed back. Ravage down for another 60 seconds. What is Tidehunter doing for mana? He has a magic wand. I don't see any boots at all. He does have a courier out there. You have boots on your courier? That's not your courier. You have boots on, he has boots on his courier. And it looks like mana boots are queued up, but in the meantime, what do you do, Tidehunter, for mana? I like to see soul rings on him because the soul ring. Oh, you gonna count on lotuses for your mana? The soul ring gives you just enough of a mana boost to pull off your Ravage. So even if you are at zero mana because you're casting Anchor Smash and Gush on cooldown, all you need is a single use of your Soul Ring to get your Ravage off. It looked like we were pinging out this Slark. Clinks is not here to make it happen. Huskar was here bottom, looking like he was tempting Tidehunter to come bottom, see if he gets something out. But we're just all rotated top. 4 rotated top to take this tower. Naga initiating with the song. Tombstone down so that by the time song is over, there are all the zombies up. You know, here I thought there were going to be no tombstone hitters, but that tombstone died immediately. But that song initiation, even though the tombstone died, you know who else died? Ugh, these 3 Dooley heroes. Necro TP'd away to safety. But Slark is happily still farming in his lane, which is where he wants to be. I know before this Dota 3 patch, staying in the lane as long as you could with the addition of the this flag bearer creep. The addition of the flag bearer creep in lane, you want to stay here in lane as long as possible. Get just that bonus gold just adding up for more value over the jungle creeps. And with this extra medium camp right here, you've got easy camp, medium camp, and then lane, rinse, repeat. Fairly safely and fairly easily stay in your lane for farming. He is number 3 in net worth, behind the mid and the safe laner, Naga and Monkey here. With Undying, we do have a Tombstone up, do we have? We have Ravage, we have Tombstone, but we also have Shadow Dance. Do we have Orchid? I don't. It seems kind of early for Orchid. We have Solar Crest. Yeah, Slark not waiting to get CC'd, casting his ultimate right away. But yeah, that's what Ravage is for. There's enough damage here from the 4 Slugcats to just burst him down in the time of a single Ravage. I guess Monkey Stick hit him too. Monkey Stick stopped him in place long enough for Ravage to go down. Oh, you know, I melted so fast this Solar Crest I'm sure helped with the... What is that? -7 armor. -7 armor. Yeah, on an agi hero like Slark, -7 armor has got to hurt. Meanwhile, Oracle just doing what he can. This guy's a Force Staff queued up with his mana boots. I feel like with someone like Oracle who wants to stay behind but cast his spells from... Are we going to go down again, Slark? Your ultimate isn't up. Your ultimate has 5 more seconds. Oh, jeez. Yeah, the Monkey Stick keeps him in place long enough. He's slippery for not just his ultimate, for the pounce also. But, yeah, you can't pounce while you're stick. That double kill on Slark, that really hurts. That was Dooley Truck's insurance policy for sure. And now he has been relegated to the 4th slot behind Tidehunter. He does have his... Oop. They found Oracle, who's just kind of hanging out down here, hoping to defend this tower. Slark does have his Diffusal Blade, so he can fight a little bit more effectively, but let's see, who cares about Diffusal Blade? Does Monkey care about Diffusal Blade? I mean, he jumps up in the trees. He doesn't like getting his mana burned, but he can escape still. Does Naga care about Diffusal Blade? I don't think Naga cares about Diffusal Blade. She's got all her illusions. You don't know. Okay, so we have Pounce. We have... Monkey gets a kill, even though... And Slark is forced to use Diffusal Blade as an escape. That doesn't feel good. They were hoping they were going to get a Monkey kill. But we have a level 12 Monkey against a level 10 Slark, and Oracle not able to get off the Purifying Flames. No points in Fate's Edict yet. I feel like, you know, Fortune's End and Purifying Flames are such good spells. I agree. You want to get those leveled up. So much damage out of these Purifying Flames against your enemies. And the Root, increasing its time, increases the damage. But I feel like the main upside to this is the Dispel and the Root. Now, the Root does not increase with levels. It's only the damage. So Oracle, taking all the points in his Q and E, is just trying to scale his damage. When you, like I said, Fate's Edict has no downside. You cast it on Monkey. Monkey cannot get lifesteal. Monkey cannot get Jingu stacks. Slark, using his ultimate again, dove behind tower using his ultimate and can't even really escape. I feel like with Clinks and Monkey just staying right on him, he should have done Shadow Dance and then pounced out of there, escaped and tried to go farm. Ravage down to catch an Oracle and a Necro, killing the Oracle immediately. And can you TP out? I don't think you can TP out. The Oracle save, not save enough.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I mean, like I've made very clear, I am no pro player. I am barely at a Herald bracket player myself. But I feel like with an Aether Lens, Oracle could stay farther back and be a little bit more safer with his spells. With a point in W, he can. It's a free. I'm gonna call it a free dispel, not a dispel, a disarm, a free disarm on this monkey who is just jumping in the middle and killing everyone. How many kills on this Monkey King? 8 stinking kills on this Monkey King. Monkey King may not care about Diffusal Blade, but he cares about being disarmed. But at this point, I mean, how long does the disarm last? 3.5 seconds at the first point. I mean, 3.5 seconds is kind of a long time. He could wait it out. But it could be long enough to help his friends escape, or it's enough of a CC on Monkey King that maybe they could do the damage to him. Slark could do the damage, or Necro could maybe they could get him to a point where Necro could Reaper Scythe. I'm not sure. Have we had any Reaper Scythe kills? I don't see any permanent Reaper Scythe buffs. I believe it has reduces. Oh, that's the Scepter. Stun damage regen, cast gen. I want to say there's a permanent regen buff to each of your Reaper Scythe kills, and we see none of those. We just see the Heartstopper aura.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Slugcats really taking control of this game, and Naga hasn't even really shown up. We have Radiance Naga.
Dire's top tower
Oh,
is under attack.
oh, here I thought
Radiant's
we were gonna
bottom
see
tower is under attack.
Orchid. I thought we were gonna see 2 Orchids. We have none. Okay, we almost have an Orchid. Now an ultimate, the Oracle ultimate on this Slark is a guaranteed save if he has his ultimate down, because he has the regen when he is invisible, and of course he's, or when he is unseen, and he is certainly unseen. There's the first Reaper Scythe kill, and we see that Reaper Scythe buff. All right, Monkey finally goes down. Where is the tombstone? Yeah, zombies are gonna kill. Slark, you gotta get out of there. You don't have an ultimate. You don't have an Oracle to save you. And we have a disengage from Song. Roxy TPing out. Are you TPing out, Naga? If not, you have a heart and a radiance. It might be enough to turn around and take the fight. It's certainly enough to escape. We have Ravage is down. I bet Ravage happened on this fight at the tower. Are we chasing? I would say with a 15k gold deficit, we are not chasing, boys. Clinks, however, looking to re-engage, does have the Orchid now. And he should be able to do a quick kill on this. Oh, if he'd have... Okay, he did get the kill. I was going to say, if you start with the silence, he doesn't have a chance to pounce away. But they were able to get him with a Tidehunter waiting in the wings.
Radiant's courier has been
Poor Huskar has not been able to have impact. He does have his armlet, Boots of Travel queued up. I'm not sure that is the answer. Honestly, I don't know what the answer would be, but it seems like Global Teleport isn't it. It's so much easier to say what it not is and to criticize what's happening than it is to actually give good advice.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But hey, I'm the caster. I don't have to give good advice. I can just criticize all I want. Go to your coach for positive feedback. Slugcats increasing their lead almost up to 20k at this point. All the tier 2s are down, and we are knocking on high ground. We have Ravage has got to be almost up. There it is. Ravage up and down. I feel like we're not quite coordinated here. Where's... Ugh, maybe it doesn't matter if we're coordinated or not. Even with 3 versus 5, we're still winning these fights. Where'd Monkey go? Monkey must have dove and then TP'd out. Dually Truck's forced to have 2 buybacks? 3 buybacks. Just to keep these 3 Slugcats out of their base. Clinks and Roxy not even joining that high ground push. And still doing okay. The CC from the Ravage, enough of a foothold for Monkey King to come in here, cast his ultimate, throw his big stick, and do enough damage to get those 3 kills. All those kills go to Monkey? Oh, jeez, I can't see. I think the kills were split between Monkey and Naga. Clink's just hanging out, invisible, waiting to do this to whoever comes and check the wards. Just enough damage on that Orchid to finish the kill. If Oracle is paying attention, could dispel that Orchid and avoid that damage that happens when the Orchid wears off, when the silence wears off. So many things going on in your head as Oracle. I apologize to the not supports that are playing heroes that are not the ones I play, but Oracle is my favorite hero out of these ones being played, and he gets my feedback. Yeah. Sorry, Slark. Dying with your ultimate intact never feels good. Oh, I said all of these tier 2s were down. In this top lane, we still have tier 1 and tier 2. Monkey and Tide diving in here. Monkey dying to I want to say he dies to Reaper Scythe, but really he died to diving. This the full team tip coming out on Monkey King. I mean, yeah, you deserve it, but oh, the blink saving Tidehunter. But even with the kill on this Monkey, they're far enough ahead. I don't even know if I saw the meter change. They were at 25k, and now they're at 27k. So even though they lost to Monkey King, they still gained net worth, most likely on this Naga, pushing these 2 towers, and now knocking on the tier 3s. 2 Reaper Scythes, granting extra bonus permanent regen. Not as fun as bonus permanent damage like Legion Commander or like, who's the stun finger support? Lion. The extra permanent finger damage for every finger kill. But I mean, you gotta love these permanent buffs. Who else? Axe. Axe got the permanent buff on his dunk. I think his is permanent armor? Does it have permanent move speed? I don't think it has permanent move speed. He does, every time he dunks, he gets a move speed buff, but that one's not permanent. Easily taking an uncontested Roche. Clink's just walking around, looking for kills. Is he going to be punished for this? I mean, yes, you get a kill, but you walk into a nest of thorns here. Nest of thorns? Is that the saying? Nest of snakes? A nest of dually truck players who have spells ready to CC and kill you. I think that's how the saying goes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under
I'm not even sure I know what Naga's shard does. Naga shard. Song of the Siren. Oh! Oh, that's what the support Naga's by. It causes Song of the Siren to increase. It increases duration, but that's the good part is that it heals your allies for 5% of their max HP, which can be pretty fun. Nice blink ravage into this as they're tempted to hit the tombstone. Oracle save on this Slark, but it's not enough. It's not enough. He's, as it wears off, he dies. Huskar down, Necro down. See you later, nerds is out. All the voice lines, and that's not just one Rex. This has got to be a second set of Rex. I don't even think, yeah, Age is not even close to being burned. I'd like to call that a game-winning Ravage there, Vitruvius, but it was more just a game enabling. It enabled that fight. This game, I think, was going to be won, whether or not. But it sure does feel good as you're tied to blink in and do your one job. He's got a couple of jobs here. He's got all these auras. He's got the minus armor. He's got his shard, which is like extra stun when Ravage isn't up. But, you know, you really have this one job. You have a blink dagger. You have your long AoE cooldown, long cooldown AoE stun. You blink in, you cast it on the team, and then let the deaths happen. BKB on Monkey King, keeping him from all the bad things happening. Oh, here we have this interaction I was looking for. The Oracle save on the Huskar. I don't know. He was rooted. I don't know why he wasn't hitting. Is there a disarm? I don't think he was disarmed. But for whatever reason, his lifesteal was not enough. Even under Oracle, under the influence of Oracle. I guess I didn't see. Oracle wants to make sure he casts it when he is low on health so that his lifesteal is in effect. Because the lower Huskar's health is, the better chance it is, the more lifesteal he gets. I didn't notice how low his health was when it was cast, but at any rate, Dually Trucks looks like, again, they'll be fighting till this Ancient falls. Fountain diving be danged. Who picked up the glimmer? Is that Roxy? Roxy has the glimmer here. Good game, Slugcats here. Picking up a 2-0 against the Dually Truck Asphalt Animals? Asphalt Annihilators. This game slightly longer than the other, but I felt like the other one was closer. I don't know if there was a point that it seemed like Asphalt Annihilators had it. Besides maybe the first blood on the Venno here. At any rate, thank you for joining us. GG to both teams, and I'll catch you next week for Week 7, the final regular season game of AD2L Season 38.